Last episode, I exposed some secrets about GrayZone warfare, and today we're going to be exposing more. We are going to quickly talk about some stuff you can do at base, then we're going to be heading into the war zone and talking about buildings and some new ways to get around those pesky AI and how to evade them. I'm also going to be giving you my top strategy on how I farm money in GrayZone warfare, and you don't even need a weapon or armor. And you can come out with a possibility of $21,000 and a new weapon. Starting off easy, this didn't work prior, and a comment actually told me about it, but you can now drag the full med kit. For instance, your MFAC, your QR kit, instead of actually being required to take it out and heal, you can now drag the whole thing into a hot slot and still use it with your hotkeys. Moving into your kit, and this is gonna sound really dumb, but bringing armor is at the cost of you still being one shot through it. In the high tier areas like Tiger Bay or Midnight Sapphire, the AI is actually using good enough ammo to completely disregard your armor regardless of what you have and still one shot you. I'm definitely not telling you to wear no armor, but keep in mind you still can be one shot, so when you are peeking, do quick peeks, be sure to move a lot, and make sure that they don't shoot at you in general instead of trying to take a few shots. To finish off the base stuff, we're going to fire off a few little things. For instance, you're able to change your scope with Alt and scrolling. Only some scopes can do it, but you actually are able to do it with the little red dots. You're also able to jump off the heli with spacebar if you do end up getting on the wrong heli. And finally, you're actually able to see where the heli is going if you look at it on the map. Sadly though, you're only able to see it when it's already going to that location. Speaking of helicopters, that is one of GrayZone warfare's biggest issue, and a quick idea to remedy helis are for them to add mini helis that can actually seat 2 instead of 4 but move quicker. This will help people rush back to their body before the AI spawn, and this will leave big helis for the bigger groups. Small groups will be able to get around without being required to take a 4-seated heli, and it brings another tactic to PvP and getting back to your body or the fight. It also allows us to have bait choppers for LZ campers and not take up all the helis. Also, a quick option for them to not allow these to be LZ camped is to make 4 possible areas in the general vicinity of the LZ a possible landing area for these small helicopters, and just make it go to one of them at random. They still technically can be camped, and if you're really that scared of being camped, I would recommend just going to an LZ around and not the exact one that you died at. Before we get into the Warzone stuff, be sure to drop a like and subscribe for more. I want to say thank you, all of you guys, for actually watching these videos. I've been having a really good time recording them, and I just want to say thank you for watching them. But you may have noticed I'm on the roof of firing range. While you are exploring, be sure to look around and see if there's any obvious ways onto roofs, like this way in Hunter's Paradise or getting into the medical room in Bonpa. Another thing to keep in mind while you are exploring is some walls are actually unable to mantle over, and it looks like you can, and other walls you're unable to mantle over, but it does look like you can. So be sure to experiment with it, so when you do run into a situation where you need to run for your life, you're not jumping at a wall and it's just not letting you go and you don't know why. Speaking about walls and building stuff, let's talk about doors. Some of the doors with glass are actually completely bulletproof for you and the AI, so you're able to actually get some intel and see where they are and maybe peek from another area. This does not include those solo glass panes though. You can shoot and be shot through those, so keep that in mind. One nice thing about doors also is that if you actually get in front of it after closing it, nobody can open it. That's including AI and other people, so if you are blocking it and you need to be healing, it's a really good way of making it so the AI can't forcibly push you because they can't open the door. What do I do? There's a guy right there stuck on the chair. You think if I wait long enough, they'll stop?
Gotcha, bitch!
Okay. Yeah, it is. You just teleported through the wall. Speaking of the AI, keep in mind what they say, because they actually do callouts to all of the other AI trying to call out where you're going, so try to use that against them.
Oh god.
While you are looting, be sure to check the map genie for loose loot and loot crates. Keys can also actually spawn as loose loot in certain areas, like this in Hunter's Paradise for instance, so be sure to be on the lookout for that if you do need any of those keys. Getting away from the building stuff, if you run into a situation where you need to be sneaky, be sure to control walk, crouch, or lay down. You can surprisingly get super close to them and get away with it, but they can't be looking at you. If they do end up seeing you last second, be sure to either shoot them or run for your life to hard cover. Now this next tip may come off as a little strange, but if there is no hard cover in sight, run into a few bushes in kind of a Z pattern, and at some point just lay down and let them shoot it out. They'll shoot a few times, and usually in a burst or a one shot ever so often if they have a sniper or shotgun, so you can lay down, heal, take your time, and after a while they will forget about you. The final thing about sneaking around is be sure to have a good headset. Now, obviously a good headset in real life, but I'm meaning a good headset in game. Now, funnily enough, I'm super low level, and you may be able to buy a better headset or find a better headset, but my personal favorite headset is actually the ones the AI use. For the money run that I mentioned in the beginning, you're going to be heading to Midnight Sapphire, and you're going to be hitting these 3 safes, and if you have the Catherine key, you can use the 4th one. I have done this without any armor, any weapons, so it is completely possible. And you can make over $21,000 doing this, because there's a possibility of $7,000+ in each safe. Now I know we're getting close to the end, but one of the most important tips I can tell you is to remember, you're smarter than the AI, at least for now, so just play it slow and outsmart them. Attempt to make traps, bait them into areas kind of like this in Tiger Bay, or you can use grenades. Grenades are really good. They like to walk in parties sometimes, so if you throw a grenade at them and just run the opposite way around some hard cover, the grenade should kill most of them or injure them really badly. You're also able to use corners to funnel them into areas instead of just walking straight up to them. Remember, like I said, it's an AI, so it is just gonna walk up to you. You're able to drag it out of its area and put it into an area where you are most optimally gonna win. Another thing I don't see enough is you can actually jump, and I feel like a lot of people forget about this. Yes, I get you can mantle, but I'm meaning just freely jump. You can gather a lot of intel by looking over walls or just seeing where the AI are without them having to be able to shoot you. A quick thing to mention also is I mentioned baiting. You're able to jump and the AI sometimes will see you, sometimes won't. If you jump and the AI do see you, they will find a way to you. If you do know the only way or the closest route, you can just wait for them and bait them straight to you. And for one of my favorite tips and the final tip, be sure to go into your settings, graphics, and check out me raiding Tiger Bay with a pistol. I can't promise more FPS, but I can promise a good video. To all of you that believed I was actually going somewhere with that, I am genuinely sorry.